Ladies and gentlemen, we have something very important to talk about today, and I know a lot of you had to have been like me, and you guys were in 10th grade, 11th grade, high school, middle school, whatever. You found out that you could have emulators on your phone, and you could play all kinds of ROMs that were from old classic consoles and systems like Game Boy Advance and Atari and SNES and all things like that. But you realized you could do that, and that just changed your life. Well, let me tell you that as of the recording of this video, July 29th, 2020, there's a new product coming out on the market that might just change the emulator game, and it's not even an emulator. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Roll the intro. So before we get into the window shop review, I just wanted to tell you guys that the channel recently got up to 500 subscribers, and I am beyond grateful for that. Like, you guys don't know how humbling it is to come in here and I sit in my office and I'm sitting here by myself talking into my camera, and I don't know who's going to hear these videos or who's even going to watch these videos, but to know that 500 of you wonderful, beautiful individuals just came into my channel and you saw my content and you thought it was worth liking and subscribing to, and I can't even thank you guys enough for that. Like, it's just a good feeling. But enough about that. Enough gushing, because we got a whole video planned for that, and that's not this video, but I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. But let's continue. So there's a new product called the Pocket. What the fuck is this thing called? The Pocket what? Pocket Analogue. Okay. So there is a new product coming out on the market, and it's called the Pocket Analogue, and it is a system designed to look like a Game Boy Advance, or not a Game Boy Advance, excuse me, designed to look like a Game Boy Color / original. It's got that same model, that model right there. It's designed to look like that, but much cleaner, much sleeker. The display is nice. It's got Gorilla Glass on it, and it adjusts the different pixels for each game type, and it's a wonderful piece of technology. It looks so good, and I'm going to show it to you when we get to the window shop review. But what it basically does is that it takes old cartridges and it has different adapters for those cartridges, and it plays those games. Now, like I was saying earlier, with those who got on Emu Paradise, I know you out there, Emu Paradise gang, I know, I was there for all of it. But when everybody got on Emu Paradise and they were getting on, or whatever they got their ROMs from, and they were getting all these new ROMs, and they were playing old classic games for free, basically. It wasn't that big of an issue back in like the early 2010s, 2011, like 2014, but eventually Nintendo caught on to that, and they were like, you know what? We're not doing this anymore. You can't do this. You can't have any of your free Pokemon hacks and fight Pokemon with zombies and fight Pokemon with the different Pokemon setups. And I played a lot of different Pokemon Nintendo emulator ROMs. I'm sorry. But anyway, what they did is they shut all that down. I'm pretty sure Emu Paradise, either it's still around and it doesn't have as quite a full library as it used to have, or it got shut down completely. But they took all of that out of the system, and now you have all these different devices that are out, and you can still get some of these ROMs available to you, but you have to download them directly to an SD card, and you have to pull them up on the device and then play it on the device, and then not all of them adjust too well. And I believe that it was Wulff Den that actually made a video on 2 of the more popular models. I'm going to link that in the description below, but his explanation does it much better justice than what I'm trying to explain to you. But basically what I'm saying is that this is not an emulator because it bypasses all of those steps. But the problem with that is that you also have to have those cartridges available. And I don't know about you guys, but I haven't found my Pokemon Yellow in like 15 years. I don't know where any of my cartridges went. I'm pretty sure they're just stashed up in somebody's storage somewhere in one of my family's houses. But if you wanted to go and find these things back in, it's not like you can go out to the store and just pick them up. I mean, there's some antique stores and some like retro gaming stores that you can pick them up at, but they're not really as cheap as they used to be, and some of them are considered to be collector's items now, so they're actually more expensive than what they used to be. So it's going to be kind of difficult to get your hands on all these different cartridges, but for the most part, for what you're getting with it, it's also more than an emulator because it's a synthesizer. I don't know why you want a pocket synthesizer, but I'm going to show all that to you when we get to the Windows Shop review. So that's just the basic breakdown of it and what it is. And we'll just go ahead and just start taking a look at it and we'll form an opinion. So let's go ahead and change up the camera angles. All right, so here we are, everybody. This right here is the beautiful, gorgeous Pocket Analogue, or Analogue Pocket. I think Pocket Analogue sounds a lot better, so I'm just going to keep calling it Pocket Analogue. But look at this thing. This thing looks so stunning. And if we scroll down here, it's okay. Meet the Analogue Pocket. Okay, listen, company Analogue. Call it the Pocket Analogue, something like that. I don't know, but I like Analogue Pocket too. I guess that works. So meet the Analogue Pocket, a multi-video game system portable handheld, a digital audio workstation with a built-in synthesizer and sequencer, a tribute to portable gaming. Out of the box, Pocket is compatible with 2,780 plus Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color game cartridges. So the Pocket works with the cartridge adapters. Like I was saying, it has three different cartridge adapters, and I'm going to scroll down and show that to you. And that's how you plug in those different cartridges, and you play them all on this one system. It plugs into the back of it. So let's go ahead and, like I said, no emulation at all. And like it says, like Game Gear, Neo Pocket Color, Atari Lynx, and more, it is completely engineered with 2 FPGAs. I don't know what that means, but it's all right. But no emulation. So check this out. They've got it playing the different games right here and how it has all different settings. This is the white model that I was talking about. It looks so good. Like, this is the classic model. Like, when they went Nintendo DS style, let me just take this second to splurge on something and to rant. When they went to the Game Boy Advance style, not the Game Boy Advance SP, the Game Boy Advance style, and they had that big blocky purple mess after they had this nice clean design for the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Advance where it just slid into your pockets. Granted, it was a brick, but it was still a lot nicer than whatever that purple monstrosity was. But let me just continue on with this. I just had to get that off my chest because I've been holding that in for like 12-15 years. So anyway, believing is seeing. Let's see. It's got a LCD screen with 615 ppi, 3.5 inch display, and 1600 by 1440 resolution. So that's some pretty good high quality. Pocket has 10 times the resolution of the original Game Boy. Yeah, we can hardly believe it either. And I guess that's what they were trying to show off right here, is that they have all these nice dynamic colors, and it just fits into this nice little 3.5 inch display. How good it looks, how clean it looks. But we continue on. These are the little cartridges that I was talking to you about. These are the cartridge adapters. This is what you're working with, so you can play your Game Boy Advance Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, and Game Boy Color cartridges. So you can fit all of those in with that. And then that's how I was saying that they're getting around playing the Game Boy games from it being an emulator, because Nintendo has such a strict hold on Nintendo brand emulated ROMs, and they will allow you to, of course, keep buying their cartridges, because I mean, that's still under their name brand, that's still under their trademark, so they're not going to mind you do that. But that's the only way that you can pretty much get access to those kinds of games nowadays. Now, this is where this whole thing threw me for a loop. And it says that Analogue isn't just for games anymore, it's for making music. Now, for anybody that is into any of this stuff, says Pocket has a digital audio workstation built in called Analogue. It's a synthesizer and a sequencer designed for music creation and live performance. Shape, stretch, and morph sounds, capture music, or play and sculpt live. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I have zero clue on how to use any of that. Whether or not that's going to be useful to me, not really. But I can see how they threw in a little extra, just because the price on this thing, I believe it's like $200 to pre-order this thing. But we're going to go through all the prices in a second. I'm going to show you what they're charging for this thing. But the other, like maybe the top emulator that you can see on Amazon, I believe it was like $214. I was looking at them all earlier. But some of the more popular ones range around $100 to $120. So asking for $200 out the gate, I mean, it's a clean design, it's got a lot of features to it, but that's still a lot. I don't know if I would pay for that myself. Now, in all these codes, and you can get it to play the music that you want it to play. I don't know why anybody would do any of that on such a small device, but it's cool, I guess. So these are all the different cable links that it has to it. Now, the way that they use these cable links, Oh, that was another feature that they have, is that if it goes to sleep, it'll keep the game paused where it was at, and then you can turn it back on and it'll continue right where you were at. So that's also pretty cool. And that was the other thing with emulators too that made them so good, and is when you played a ROM, you could either fast forward or slow down the games, but the fast forward option was the best because you could like speed travel through all of those little, you know, pixel by pixel walking paths that you were taking, and it helped you get through the games a lot faster, so you could just speed run the hell out of those games. But this is also pretty nice too, because you don't have to worry about like some games that don't have like dedicated save files that you have to just keep playing through. You can just pause it where it's at, put it to sleep, let it charge, pick it back up, and you were at where you were last left off. So that's pretty nice. And then you can have the original display modes, which is also pretty nice. This is the classic, man, this brings me back. This is classic Game Boy right here. So we move on forward, and I'm just scrolling past important information. So it comes with these docks, right? And it's just like the Nintendo Switch, how you can put the Nintendo Switch onto the big screen. You can plug these into a dock, and then the dock will also cast it onto a big screen. So you can play whatever you want to, and then you can play with up to 4 players too. So if you guys are having like, you know, like maybe a retro gaming night, you could get some friends over. Everybody has this. Then you could just plug in either 4 pockets or 4 controllers. The controllers, I didn't see what they were, but I believe it's just a certain brand. Here you go. So sync up any wireless 8-bit DO, Bluetooth, or 2.4G controller directly to dock for wireless play. So you can find those on Amazon, I'm sure, and they're probably going to run you probably like, I don't know, maybe 20, 50 bucks. If you do that option, that's a little cheaper than everybody buying a analog pocket, which is like 200 bucks, and then everybody connect them together. But at least you have that option too, and you can play like linked together with pocket to pocket, or you can connect up to 4 pockets onto a dock. So that's also really nice. Thought that was pretty cool. So here's a nice little hard case that they've designed to go with it, so it stays protected whenever you're out and about, which, I mean, I understand it. Whenever I had Nintendo DS, I played drums on my lap. Like, I had some drumsticks and I was just drumming on my lap, and I had that in my pocket, and I cracked the screen like day one, and I cried. I cried a lot, but that's nice to have, you know. Let's see. Oh yeah, so that's also another really cool feature about this, is that you can actually develop games on this device. That's where that price comes in. So I would actually, now that I know that you can develop something on here, and you can take the time. I don't know how to code any video games, don't get me wrong. I'm not interested in making my own video games, but for people that are, you have something on the go, something you can constantly be messing around with, and you can just go ahead and start programming things in. It says we partner with GB Studios, so you can bring your game ideas into reality with 0 programming knowledge needed. So I would have to see how that works. I'm gonna have to see how some people can come out here and make some videos on it and put things together and see how it works. But I don't know if I'm gonna invest into this right off rip. I might just kind of sit back and watch other people get it and see how it is. But like I said before, this is a Windows Shop review, and I do this because I don't got the money. I don't know anybody that does, but if you do, I mean, hey, good for you. Send your boy one if you love me. And you know, if we're having anybody that developed this device from Analogue and they see this video, hit your boy up. I'll do a review for you. And my screen just switched over to night display. I hope you guys can't see that. It should be all right. So, developer, now you can help preserve video game history too. And then here's all the technical specifications for the Pocket. So, compatible with Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance game cartridges. Has all that we talked about earlier. Variable refresh display. It's a rechargeable lithium-ion 4300 milliamp battery, and then 6 to 10 hour gameplay time and 10 hours sleep time. And then all buttons are mappable, stereo speakers, micro SD slot, USB-C charging, original style link port, and 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So you can look cool when you're on the train or you're on the bus and you can whip out your Game Boy, but it's not a Game Boy, it's the Analogue Pocket. And you're just playing that and you're making your video games, or you're synthesizing something and you're just being cool. So pre-order August 3rd, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you heard it here first, people. If you want to get your hands on this, you got to pre-order August 3rd, and we go from there, see how it goes. Now, let's see. And this is what I was talking about earlier. So Analogue Pocket does not play copyrighted ROM files. This is what I was saying about Nintendo, that they pulled their copyrights on all of those ROMs that were on those websites, and now you can hardly ever find them anymore. And if you do get them, it's pretty much very illegal for you to download those, and Nintendo will come for you. Nintendo is petty like that. They will come for you. So You can get the legally acquired game cartridges, and then you can use the cartridge slot, and that's how it plays it. That's their little loophole for you to play all these games. That's how you get to the nostalgia of playing those games. So you have to go around, you have to find out how you can get your hands on some of these things, some of these cartridges, and then you go from there. Now, if you go to the pre-order, both editions are $199.99. Both of them are $200. So you have the black and you have the white. Honestly, the white looks pretty clean. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the black one too because the screen looks better when it's off. Like, I like that nice smoothed out display versus you have this little block right here. So I'm kind of torn. I'd probably still go for the black because that just looks good. So like, imagine sitting it just down on top of your desk and you just have this nice little clean Game Boy looking thing. So if you wanted the hard case, it's another $30. If you want the analog dock, it's another $100. And then, of course, you have the fast charging USB-C power supply. You can get that anywhere. You don't need to get that there. Tempered glass screen protector. And yeah, all of the adapters are $30. So if you want to play this with a Game Gear, a Neo Geo Pocket, or Atari Lynx, you have to pay another $30 on top of your $200. So you're looking at $230 to get to those games. So that's already the barrier to entry. And then the link cables are $20. I mean, you don't need all these things right away. You're probably going to use this for just yourself. Like I said, you're relying on people to either A, have another $200 machine with you, or B, having the controllers, or you providing the controllers for anybody else to play with you. So you're going to need a lot of these things later on down the line, but just to get started, it's not that bad. So these are other things that they have going on down here. So you can just look at all those things as you come to this website and check it all out. I just thought this was a really cool device, and it's really, really clean looking. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I really want this to work for the consumer, but I can't see it. It's so niche for the type of product that it is. You're not only applying yourself to a lot of nostalgia-based fans and nostalgia-based consumers, but you are also hitting that niche of people that want to synthesize music on the go and develop games on the go. And I think it's more of a gimmick versus it just playing games and you playing the games that you want to play whenever you want to. Then you also are ruining that portability aspect of it, because unless you want to carry around a bag full of game cartridges, then you're just going to have the one game in there. You're just going to whip that out and play it whenever you want to. Because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of us are walking around with these giant phones in our pockets. And I have a Galaxy Note. I can't not have anything smaller than that. But you have these giant phones in your pockets. A lot of us got like gum and keys and all kinds of dumb crap in our pockets too. But I'm not carrying a bunch of cartridges with me. If I carry this thing with me, if I even put it in my pocket, I'm going to put just one game in it. So I don't know. It's a lot to kind of ask for $200 versus having a lot of those smaller machines with the emulated ROMs and just dealing with that little bit of extra hassle of going in and downloading them and putting them on the SD card and going from there. But it's up to, it's up to the consumer. That's why they're pre-ordering it. I assume that they're just going to get as many pre-orders as they can and then start developing that product to order, so that way they don't get too deep in their manufacturing process. But that could also be why it's so expensive. If more people buy it, then it might go down in price, and then I might go ahead and get my hands on it. So it depends. Like I said before, this is so humbling just to have all you guys come and look at my videos. I love that you guys are in my comment sections and you guys are conversating with each other. You're conversating with me. If you guys want to talk about this topic right now, go ahead and hit a like button. Let me know that you like these type of videos and comment down below, and we could talk about it down there too. So without any more conversation, I'm going to end this video and we're going to take it to the comment section. Leave a like if you guys like what I'm doing on this channel. Leave a subscribe if you guys want to see more of this type of content, because I will definitely be making more of it for you. And that's pretty much it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Till next time, guys. Peace.